Hi, my name is Nathan Parker and welcome to bowwars.com. So as our season always progresses here in Pennsylvania, we have a really slow first start when it comes down to early season, especially in the management unit that we are usually primarily hunting here. It's very hard to get on a decent mature buck early season because these bucks already start breaking up in early September and don't really get back together or start showing themselves until the last week of October, when the pre-rut starts, where the seek and the chasing phase starts up, and that's when we usually see the more mature buck. Well, here we are. It is about 3 or 4 days into the season here, 2015 Pennsylvania bow hunting season, and to say the least, this year I think is going to be a tough year for us. By this time on our property last year, we had 6 or 7 bucks that were shooters that we had trail cam pictures of. We had daytime pictures of it, nighttime pictures of them, and they were consistently there in this property. And in one season, it dropped from never seeing any of those buck again on trail cam to just getting a picture of one buck, which he might be a possible 11 pointer, but unfortunately I think this is the only buck that we right now have on our hit list. There might be another 8 pointer that has a little bit of width to him, but other than that we're kind of really disappointed. So it's kind of one of those things where looking at possibly when we do hunt the rut or the pre-rut where they're starting to chase in November, October, November, we're going to be looking for other bucks from other properties to venture in through ours. So what we're going to try to do this year is we're going to slow down on harvesting our does early because of the amount of does that are on the property. But that's honestly the only game plan that we can really come up with right now. We're just not seeing much of any other bucks that are even close to it. We just got a few small little basket 6 pointers and 7 pointers that are coming through, and little Y bucks, spike bucks. But unfortunately, I think that's really, it's going to be a rough year for us. But we're going to try to get on this 11 pointer. We're going to try to see if possibly we can get him. We did get, I think, one trail cam picture of him early season, but that's the way that this year is going to go. So we're going to press hard, get in the woods, put in our time, and hopefully maybe we can get it done with this 11. So who knows?
We just got into the stand. Now it's starting to rain a little bit. I just checked and they want a front to come in, but they only want like 20%, 30% chance of rain. So it's just going to be real cloudy, maybe a little bit of rain here or there, but it's actually drizzling just a little bit right now, so which is absolutely fine because the wind's coming across, rain's coming down. It's going to make these deer move early, so I'm pretty stoked about this spot. I got my BOWTECH in my hand, I'm in my brand new Summit, and I got my cloth, so if I ever have to cough, I could just bury my face in it. So we'll see what goes on. Here we are. It is the second day of our hunt in Pennsylvania here. It's early season. They actually opened it in our wildlife management unit that we can shoot buck or doe. But we're looking for a doe today. I have my daughter Gabriella in the stand with me, and she's enjoying her peanut butter jelly right now. But we're hopefully expecting these deer to funnel through this field here and come out and possibly, hopefully, present us with a shot. We have a few big shots and holes through the stand, but it's the only 10-foot double stand we have, so we're gonna sit tight, watch, but it's cloudy, it's cool, it's exactly what you want for early season movement, so I'll just have to keep my daughter quiet. Good luck to me. Right. Oh no, maybe it was a squirrel. Well, that was close as close could be. There's all doe here on the corner. Got a little video footage of her. But then a doe and a yearling ended up coming right down into us. But right from the get-go, she was all really squirrely. And then she came in here and started feeding. And we're only 10 feet off the ground, so I think she got a visual either of me or Ella, I don't know what. But she kind of skedaddled in this corner here, so.
So our season here in Southeast PA, where we first started our first 2 weeks of hunting for a mature buck, it was real slow. We ended up passing up on a decent 8-pointer the first day. He came in and we knew we could do something better than him, but it was just an amazing opportunity to see that buck cruising through, feeding on acorns and moving through, and he was just a decent buck for Pennsylvania. So what happened is now pretty much the spots we were at, we weren't seeing anything. My friend John Troyer invited us. We were going to have a hunting camp for a week. We were going to bring the camper up. We were going to go hunt on one of his properties. He was having some great trail cam pictures of some decent bucks. And this was a little bit of a different animal per se than the whitetail deer that we hunt on the farms down here. These bucks actually were still bachelored up. First week of October, we were still getting trail cam pictures of these bucks moving around during the daylight yet. And one of the bucks really had our attention. It was a mainframe 10-pointer, but he was a possible 12 or 13. But he was just like the motivational buck this year. And so we just wanted to make a go of it. We wanted to see if we could possibly get some bucks on the ground early season. Let's see how we do.
Welcome in the tree stand. We're here overlooking a deep ravine down here. We're in a really good spot. It is the official opening day of all of Pennsylvania season. Well, looked like we booked a good spot for a second. We had some does down into this ravine here, and they actually came up, fed through. There might have been an oak tree there with some acorns. They looped through, and they went back up into thick stuff, so it's getting windy here, but at least the deer are on their feet, so let's just sit and wait.
So we get to the camp, we put up the camp, we're having a great time, fellowshipping with the other guys and stuff like that. We had 3 guys in camp. We had John Troyer, we had Tyler Brubaker, and then it was me too as well. And we just had a great time. Got in our woods for our Saturday hunt, and we just saw all these deer meandering up on this ridge top, and I was looking at it and I was watching them, and I saw a bachelor group of bucks come out. One was a really nice 6-pointer. I ended up not getting on film because he kind of came in and left so fast I didn't get him on footage. But we noticed that there were just these deer moseying around up on this ridge top, taking their time. So you know what, for Monday I was planning on, you know what, I'm gonna go take my summit tree stand, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna climb up, and I'm going to see what I see. So that Monday morning, first morning of the Pennsylvania whitetail season, ended up climbing up in this tree, got up to about 22 feet, and then the bend of the tree kind of got a little bit more than I could see from the ground at night. So I just posted up there 22 feet and just sat down and enjoyed a great morning.
Welcome. It's early morning here in Pennsylvania. We're overlooking a ridge. It's moving along here. Looks like a pretty good spot. Deer come on this ridge feeding. And then there's a thick patch up here. So they kind of filter off that and go back into their bedding area, which is, gotta be honest, got a pretty good wind. I'm actually coming this way. It's supposed to be actually going that way, but it's a frosty morning, it's cold. So we already saw a spike buck come through. So maybe something bigger will hopefully move, but stay tuned. There's some deer up there. hunt of my entire life. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my. I am going to lose it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I have had 7 bucks around me. 7 different bucks. I just ended up killing a mainframe, like 10 pointer, possibly a 13. He came underneath. He was the first buck in, and he came right down this ridge, and they were just meandering around this area, and I just smoked him at 20 yards. He went through pine trees and just sitting around pine trees and pine trees, but I double lunged him. Boom, he is down. I see him. He is already out. Oh my gosh. I am shaking at the tree. The biggest buck of my life is sitting right down there at 30 yards. Oh my gosh, I am freaking out. It is seriously the first week of October. I never, ever, ever had this happen to me before. Ever. Holy cow. This place is unbelievable. There's a 6-pointer 30 yards away. I'm sitting there talking to the camera. 6-pointer just moves right on down. 20 yards away. Gives me any shot that I could ever want. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I killed him down here. He's almost right here in this tree.
I was like, oh. I was like, usually I'm seeing the biggest buck last.
But man, you should have been down that tree 10 seconds ago. What is that? What are you doing? Oh man, now you're screwed. Now we gotta hump the tree. Alright, adrenaline must be pumping because you're like not thinking straight.
Alright.
You ready to go find this thing?
I'm gonna go get my arrow first because it's tradition. I always get my arrows. Did it in Missouri. I'm gonna do it again because I know where that buck is. So I'm psyched. So let's go find an arrow first.
Which way did he run?
Huh?
Which way did he run?
Where did he run? See the arrow, see the buck. Let's go get this deer. This is what you expect from a double lung with the rage hypodermic. The entire thing just puddled. We got him falling down, just blood was everywhere.
deer.
Jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
That's awesome, man.
13-point buck.
That is awesome.
Well, here it is. It is the ending chapter for my Pennsylvania 2015 archery season here. First of all, I'd like to thank my buddy John again for putting me on this property. And he was hunting on a cornfield right down from me. And it was just by luck, but I ended up picking up a good spot. And just the immense amounts of deer movement we saw was just amazing. The video is going to be awesome. But this is him. He's actually at 13 point. Got a kicker coming off here, a kicker coming off here, a kicker coming off his G2 here. So just an absolute beautiful buck. We got trail cam pictures of this buck. We were actually even talking about him last night. And just an amazing deer. And by the luck of the draw, he ended up coming by me. And I was really surprised that I was able to fool that many eyes. There were 8 different bucks with him. That were rolling through with them, and there was a lot of close encounters that they were going to bust off. And actually, when I shot him, it was about 20 seconds before they were going to leave the area, because the one smaller bucks started to go down the ridge and ended up getting into my scent cone that I was putting out, and they were starting to get on alert. And but luckily, he took 2 steps, gave me that nice broadside shot, 20 yards, pretty much put it right in the double lung, gutting him out, went right through the lungs, big nice exit hole and entry hole with the Rage hypodermics, and just an absolute beautiful buck, and I can't ask for anything better. This was a really good hunt that actually took in stride how much practicing early season helps. You go out early season not just because sometimes it's hot and you don't want to go out, but you get to test your equipment too as well. But this one, actually, this buck, when I drew up, I shot him in 1.5 seconds. So with everything that was going on with filming, having the bucks all around me and drawing up on him, subliminally I was able to get exactly where I wanted to be with my shooting form without even thinking about it. And that is one of those things that you learn by a lot of early season shooting. But just amazing buck, and honestly, can't get any happier in the Pennsylvania woods than I am right now. So there it is. I shot the biggest buck of my life, early season, Pennsylvania, all on video. Watched him run 20 yards, drop down. My emotions were on the top of the world right at that point. It was just amazing. It was a great hunt. You know, I can't express again the thanks to my friend John Troyer for letting me come up there. It kind of took a little bit of motivation out of the camp via the motivation buck was now off the plate for everybody. But Tyler ended up going out the next night, ended up smoking a real nice 8-pointer with the Rage, dropped in 50 yards. Same way with mine. Mine shot with the Rage too as well, dropped within 30 yards running, and then slid another 10 yards down the hill. But other than that, we could not ask for a better hunt. It was just amazing. And the amount of feelings that I had, everybody asked me, Well, how did you feel after the hunt? Honestly, after I shot that deer, my emotions were fried because of the 15 minutes of buck fever before. But you know what? That's exactly why we're in this. That's why for us, bow hunting is the top of the world when it comes down to that clash of emotions and trying to control your body, trying to draw up on that buck, keeping everything together, keeping your form together, looking at the deer, providing a good ethical shot. All these things clash into one. And filming it at the same time. But it's a great combination, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So we'd like to thank you for watching our first episode here for the 2015 season at bowwars.com. Please remember you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and also Instagram, and keep up with our bow hunting adventures. We'd like to thank you very much for your time, and hope you get out there, and remember, it's all in the draw.